Welcome back to the 500k challenge. In this video, I quickly want to give you feedback, what's going on, where we stand, and then also what I'm busy doing. If you do not know, I'm Dreyer from the Wealth Creators Method, where we help entrepreneurs and investors to create, to grow, and to protect their wealth. So if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope that you're going to learn quite a lot and get some insights regarding investments. There are two different systems. We call it the conventional system. Now, the conventional system is the one system that everyone follows, and that is where you work for your money very, very hard and you give it to someone else, a so-called expert, and the expert is going to place that money for you with different organizations, or like in a unit trust or a mutual fund, where they'll manage that money on your behalf in order to get more money. And then there's the wealth creator strategy, the strategy that I'm following, which means we rely on our own skills. We do not give our responsibility away, and therefore we do not give our money away. But in exchange for that, we have to put in the time and the effort in order to gain the skills to be able to mitigate the risk, because risk is when you do not know what you're doing. And the main thing that I see is the majority of people got no idea what they're doing. Therefore, they're giving their money away to someone else. That is ridiculous, because then you can't learn the skill. Now, what people don't get is that investment is one part risk and one part growth. And you have to be in a position, and you must be in a position to manage both, because the trick lies within the risk. So if I can identify the risk and I can manage the risk, I can lower the risk or mitigate the risk or eliminate the risk. But the only way to do that is by having the skills. Now, unfortunately, they will not teach you anywhere, because the moment that you know how to do it, you're not going to rely for your retirement or your financial freedom planner or for your future in terms of your houses and your cars and stuff like that. You're not going to depend on the financial system. And therefore, they dare not tell you this, that I am busy showing you in real life what is happening. Now, to give you a quick overview where we are at the moment, the last time that I've reported back was at the end of the year. At that point in time, instead of investing 500,000 Rand, the first goal was to invest a total of 100 Rand, take the 100 Rand within a year to 500,000, and then start the challenge in order to mitigate my risk, or to limit my risk to a maximum of 100 Rand, no security, none like that. So at the end of the first year, compared to the others, and you can have a look at the previous video or the previous feedback on the year end, at that point in time, we were at 3,818,346 rands and 47. Now, of course, during the day it fluctuates, because we're, for example, in cryptos. At the moment, that is the end of our financial year on the 28th of February 2023, or the 1st of March here in South Africa, we are down by 5.13%. In other words, during that day, we were at 3,622,284 rands and 17 cents. Now, there's a couple of reasons why we're down. It's not an excuse. It's part of the game, and there's no excuses. If you're down, you're down. But because my crypto portfolio is in dollars, it is measured in dollars, and the growth of the cryptos are measured in dollars. But then I have to bring it back to Rand. Now, the Rand versus the dollar has tanked a little bit over that period of time. That's the one factor that contributes to this. But there's another one, and that is that the cryptos are seriously down. Okay, so because of that, this is the effect. But then there's another one, and that is here in South Africa, because we've made a profit, you have to pay tax, and you have to pay that tax basically before the end of the tax year. So the 28th of February here in South Africa is the end of the financial year. And I had to make sure that I had to pay the tax before that day. Otherwise, there would be penalties. So that then came from previously on the 3.8 million. I did not take that into consideration. So I took into consideration, if we look at the portfolio in terms of cash that's in the bank and and for example, the cryptos at that point in time, what the value would be. But then we had to make provision for the DAX. Now, there's something else that I've done on the 1st of January, 2023. We were busy camping. We love the outdoors and 4x4s and stuff like that. And I picked up this rand. And immediately when I picked up this rand, I thought there's additional stuff that I can teach my students. And that is, how do you start a business with 1 rand? So when I picked it up, I asked my friend to make a little video. And I said that I'm going to turn this 1 rand into 100,000 rand business. But then one of my existing students queried me and he said, to be honest, that is not a challenge. Make it at least 100,000 rand per month business before the end of the year. Okay. So I'll have to take it. There are 7 levels in any business, also in investment. I want to take it then through level 1, 2, 3, 4. And so by the end of the year, above the tax, I want to have that business at the level where we can have at least 100,000 rand per month net profit of the tax. And that is what I'm busy working on. Now, in order to do that, I have to get new skills. So this is what I'm busy with over the last 3 months, is to gain the skills in order to turn this into 100,000 rand per month of the tax business. Okay. Now, I can report back that I've got a skill, or I feel reasonably comfortable with what I've got. In other words, I know how to mitigate the risk so that I can basically start that business with no money. And then also, I think that I've got the skills to be able to take that business to the 100,000. Now, just as a backup, I've got 2 other business ideas that I think can take me to 100,000 rand per month. That is as a backup. Now, this 1 rand story will be added to the 100 rand, so to speak, but I want to show this separately to a group of people that are interested in starting a business basically with no money. There's a skill that we call the Rainmaker skill here at the Wealth Creators Method. And that skill is to prove that you can start a business with no money, with no security. You don't even have to have an idea, because it's a process. We call it the canvas that you follow in order to start that business. And that is what I'm focusing most of my time on at the moment. So I'm neglecting perhaps a little bit of the rest. And that is why you can see that we are down. But I'm sure as soon as this starts kicking in, that we're going to see a continuation of the progress that we've made so far. And I think that is basically that. So I'll see you then in the next lesson. Thank you for your time.